Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon or good evening wherever you are around the world, and welcome to this final Program D Pro video. And I wanted to make something to just talk about, to think about, or to help you think about next steps. What are you going to do next? And you've got this far, you finished the course or you've nearly finished it, well done. I think it's a fantastic achievement. But it is useful to think about what next, because if you don't do anything with it, it's all a bit of a waste of time. Now, certification. Okay, you can see the picture of the Program D Pro guide. If you want to do the certification, make sure you download a copy of the guide and study it. There's no magic. There is no secret to studying the guide or passing the test. It's hard work. But every question comes from the guide, so it's important to know that. And it's a resource for you going forward. And in many ways, that's more important. And that's why we've got that circle in the middle, that it is now time to turn knowledge into action. If you don't do anything with this, then the knowledge stays with you, which is great, but it's not going to help your programs, your projects, your colleagues, and above all, it's not going to help the beneficiaries. And I do think that part of turning knowledge into action is having a clear vision about the future. When you have implemented program management in your organization, what will it look like? Now, that's a very easy question to ask, but it's quite difficult to answer. But I very strongly suggest you think about this. What is it going to look like? You can almost treat the implementation of program management as a project, or even a program, depending on the size and scale of your organization. Imagine if you had to write a logical framework for implementing program management. What would be on it? What are the indicators? What assumptions are you making? So again, a clear vision can be very helpful. Now, it's going to come as no surprise after last week's video that I really strongly believe in the importance of culture and the program management culture. And this is very much your responsibility. Nobody else is going to do this. What is going to be the culture that dominates in your program and in all of the projects? And I'm not going to talk much more about this because we talked about it last week, but I do think that if you get this bit wrong, the rest of it won't really matter that much. If you are not supportive, then the project managers won't feel supported, and they probably won't be supportive to their project staff either. Now, as part of all of this, because it's easy to say you need to do this and this and this and this and this, is a long list. You look at the Program D Pro guide, like where do you start? So just to help, these are my thoughts on what could be a minimalist, a absolute minimum set of program management approaches, standards, tools, ideas, techniques. Okay, so I think as a minimum, you have to have a documented need. Now, the document does not need to be long, but you should be able to prove to an interested outsider why there is a need. I think you have to have a clear and documented go or no-go decision. What that is, well, it could be lots of different things, but there needs to be something. To be honest, the simpler the better. But I do think if somebody asks you for it, you could say, yes, this was the decision that was taken to go ahead, and here's why. You need to understand the architecture. What is the combination of projects that's going to achieve the program goals? What do they look like? How many projects? Over what time frame? How do they link together? What is the non-project work that also needs to be done? So we need our design blueprint, our architecture for the program. Then I also think that you need to have a control framework. And again, you can see the word rolling wave because you know me, I think it's important. But what is it going to be? Are you going to be managing the program monthly, quarterly? I mean, what's it going to be? What's the framework going to be for the program and for all of the projects. And then again, decision making. Well, once you've got a control framework, that helps you think about taking decisions, who takes decisions, but it should be clear who can take which decision. What are the tolerance levels? Yours, but also, and possibly more importantly, the project managers. What are you happy for the project managers to do without coming back and asking for permission? But whatever it is, it should be clear and it should be documented. The last thing you want is a decision that is floating around looking for somebody to take it. And finally, again, no surprise, the principles. And again, this takes us back to culture. But I really think it's important to stress the program management principles. If you get this right, if you are managing through the principles, it will probably be okay. If you don't, it probably won't be okay. And it doesn't matter what tools you're using. So again, I think the principles are absolutely fundamental to an effective implementation of Program DPRO. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. Do you agree? I'd love to know. And do please stay in touch. We would love to stay in touch with you. You've been a wonderful group of learners. We have very much enjoyed working with you. But do please stay in touch. And we really look forward to hearing from you, and above all, hearing the stories of your successes. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Over and out.